Hi, I'm Lanny, and this is Preserving Today. All right, today I want to talk about making yogurt in the Instant Pot. But as you might remember, I've done a video like this before. I have a video showing how I used to make yogurt in my Instant Pot with pasteurized milk. Since then, I've got a great source for raw milk, and for about the past year and a half, I've been using exclusively raw milk in our house for everything from drinking to cooking with to making ice cream and cheese and yogurt and kefir. With this experience of having about 15 years of yogurt making under my belt, and then now having a year and a half of yogurt making with raw milk under my belt, I have a pretty clear picture on what the differences are between the two. So to recap for my old process, which you can watch the full video here, I want to explain that I used to recommend what is normally recommended, which is to warm your milk to 180 degrees and maintain that temperature for 10 to 20 minutes. And then taking it off the heat and letting that temperature come back down to about 110 degrees before adding my yogurt culture, and then letting that yogurt sit and ferment, ideally maintaining 107 to 112 degrees temperature while inoculating. And I would do that typically for 8 to 24 hours, depending on what my schedule was and how sour I wanted my yogurt. Bringing the milk up to 180 degrees first really helps your yogurt come out thick. And it does that by how the heat affects the milk proteins. But once I switched to raw milk and I was making my yogurt the same, it occurred to me, why would I essentially pasteurize my raw milk before making yogurt if I know the benefits of raw milk are to get all of the nutrients that are heat sensitive? By maintaining a 180 degree temperature for 10 to 15 minutes before starting my yogurt, I'm killing off enzymes and heat sensitive nutrients and changing the structure of the raw milk. So why would I pasteurize at home? I want an unpasteurized raw milk yogurt. So I started to experiment with bringing my raw milk up to just the heat that I wanted to inoculate the yogurt at. I just went to about 110, stirred in my yogurt culture, and maintained my temperature at 107 degrees. So what came from this is about what I would expect. It's a thinner yogurt, but boy, does it taste good. And I feel great using it, because I still have all of the nutrients that I'm paying for when I'm going out of my way to drive to the farm and pick up raw milk for twice the price that I could get the crappy pasteurized vitamin D milk in the store. Now, my next experiment that was extremely important to me was seeing how the yogurt would strain. As you remember from my first video, I strain my yogurt through coffee filters in a colander. And I know that's bugged some people because yes, you can use cheesecloth, but this is the way I learned to do it from these Lebanese ladies at this restaurant that I worked at, and it's just worked for me, so I just do it. And then I love that I can peel the yogurt off so cleanly from these coffee filters and just throw the coffee filters in the garbage or the compost. By straining the yogurt, I'm removing a lot of the whey and I'm leaving myself with a thicker yogurt, which would be the consistency like Greek yogurt or like labneh. If you don't know what labneh is, you can watch my original yogurt making video. You can watch my video on how I make labneh, and you can watch a video on how I preserve the labneh in balls in olive oil. All of them linked in this video's description. It was important to me that raw milk yogurt also be versatile so that I could strain it using the whey for some projects and keeping thick yogurt for things that I like to make, like labneh dip, garlic labneh, and labneh balls. So I tried my same method of straining with my thinner raw milk yogurt, and what I found is that some of the milk protein, the solids, the white part of the milk, does come out with the whey, but it was not as much as I expected. And I still was left with a lot of strained yogurt in my colander. But I will say I do yield a lesser volume of finished strained yogurt with the raw milk than I do with the pasteurized milk. But again, the flavor and the nutritional profile of the raw milk yogurt then strained and made into Greek yogurt or labneh is better. The difference between raw milk and pasteurized milk yogurt is this. Raw milk yogurt is a little bit thinner. Raw milk yogurt has a better nutrient profile. Pasteurized milk yogurt stays thicker. Pasteurized milk yogurt is easier to strain. So both are good. And this all comes down to what's available to you in your area. If the only thing available to you is pasteurized milk, then by all means make pasteurized milk yogurt. Don't wait for the perfect scenario to make the best and most healthiest food. Try getting the food that's available to you and making it the best and healthiest that you can. And you're enhancing the nutrients in your milk, the probiotics, by making your own yogurt at home. Have you made yogurt at home, and have you tried it with raw milk before? How do you do it? Is it different than this? Let me know in the comments. I'm Lanny, and this was Preserving Today.